Let's go. It is your host, Hashem Mingara. Welcome back to HMG Podcast. Thank you so very much for joining me today. This is the first time that I'm actually filming on YouTube while doing my podcast. You can find me on Apple. You can find me on Spotify, all of those different podcast platforms. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Had some other videos up there in the past, but just constantly trying to improve and get better. So again, this is the first time trying to multitask, right? In psychology, they say you don't really multitask. They say you task switch, right? So here's the conversation for today. Don't procrastinate, man. I'm doing this podcast right now inside of my walk-in closet. This is not some official studio. Let me give you guys a little tour around walk-in closet over there, pantry and stuff and all kind of stuff, and up here and hats and bags. And I mean, this place is a mess. But what am I telling you? Why am I saying all of this? Because I just want you to know, like, I ain't no front. I'm not putting on no charades. All I want to tell you is, listen, don't wait for it to be perfect. It ain't going to be perfect. You know, whatever it is you want to accomplish, carpe diem, seize the moment. You can do it. Take what little you have, you know. I love reading the scriptures. Like, look, you know, how did David slay Goliath, right? He ain't do it with no missiles. He said, listen, I got these little rocks. I got this sling. He used what was in his hand to kill a giant with God's help, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is, listen, the Most High can do a lot with a little. You understand? So understand that if all you have right now to get started on your dream, and you thinking about, for an example, starting a podcast, you really got something that you want to say, take your phone out and start doing it. If there's something you want to vlog, if there's a side hustle you want to do, maybe you got a side hustle to do here, start doing it now. You know, if there's something that you got inside of you, like, listen, I really, really want to get to the gym. I really want to start taking control of my healthy, you know, eating habits and all of that kind of stuff. Do it now. Stop being, you know, beating up on yourselves. If you want to go back to school, I went back to school like last year. I know somebody else who, you know, went back and they're trying to accomplish things, working on their masters, and they went from associates to bachelors and now working on their masters. And I'm just want to tell you, like, listen, whatever it is, you can accomplish it. Do it now and don't play the victim. Yes, I know you may have gone through some things, right? I'm not trying to dismiss what you've gone through, but we can't use that as a crutch. What has happened has happened. At some point, we have to pull ourselves out of it. Now, I understand it. You know, everything happens in its own season, right? And there's a time, like Ecclesiastics, we read the scriptures. Ecclesiastes says there's a time for this, there's a time for that. It's a time to cry, there's a time to laugh, a time for death, a time to, you know, to rejoice. Like, there's a time for everything. Read Ecclesiastes chapter 3, right? But the point I'm trying to make to you is, whatever you have gone through, if you still need some time to heal, you take your time. But if you have spent too much time in that space of that funk of not being able to pull yourself out of it, this channel is just to encourage somebody, to inspire someone, to just say you are not alone. Read Joshua chapter 1, verse 5 through 10, where the Most High talks to Joshua after Moses has died and said, listen, I will be with you. Be strong and courageous. Follow my Torah. Do the things that I'm telling you. I just want to encourage somebody. Whatever it is you're going through, you can, with the Father's help, you can pull yourself out of it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying whatever you've gone through, there isn't validity in how you feel. But at some point, and take your time, but at some point, you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. And you don't need everything to be perfect. You don't keep putting it off and procrastinate and say, you know, like New Year's resolution, I'm going to start going to the gym, or you know what, I'm going to start later. Like, carpe diem, seize the moment now. Even if you say, you know what, I want to go back to school, and maybe when you're hearing this podcast and you're seeing this YouTube video, you're saying, well, dag, the time has passed for me to go to school this semester. Well, you make sure that you do all of the necessary things to put yourself in a position when next semester comes around, you are ready. So even if you start just doing the research, if you have to fill out FAFSA forms, if you got to look for grants, if you got to just figure out what you want to major in, maybe you need to go to certain websites to kind of figure out, if I major in this, what kind of money I'm going to make. All I'm saying is, listen, whatever it is that you want to do, you can start it today, and it doesn't have to be perfect. As I told you, gave you a little tour. I am in my closet. Ideally, I wanted the backdrop to be beautiful, and I wanted plants, and I wanted the paint, and I wanted the... Listen, man, right here, we're going to make it happen. That's all. Just some encouragement. With the Most High's help, who gives us life, who gives us health. So this is going to be a little bit of inspiration. This is going to be a little bit of spirituality. I just want you to know you are not alone, and you can do it. You can do it, and you can start it today. So follow me on HMG, on social media. You will find me at Hashem Garrett, website Hashem Garrett, Google Hashem Garrett, email Hashem Garrett. But for the podcast, it's HMG Podcast. Tell a friend. On YouTube, it's going to be Hashem Garrett. I thank you. You guys are phenomenal. You are not alone. I hope that you will join me again. I plan on posting, I'd like to say once a day. So if I see some more subscribers, I'm going to post some more. And even if I don't see subscribers, because I don't really care about how many subscribers and how many likes. So you're not going to hear me tell you, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. Listen, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I'm still going to put the content up, because this is to encourage, to inspire, to motivate someone. Thank you for tuning in. Stay blessed.